Okay, so Google introduced the Hummingbird update at a special event in the Google garage where they ran business for a number of years. And the day that they introduced Hummingbird, I gave a presentation. I was going to give a presentation on a patent that I had found 2 weeks earlier and spent 2 weeks going through and trying to learn more about. That patent was, and I wrote the names down because they are generic sounding. This one was synonym identification based on co-occurring terms. And what it did was it recognized long queries and words that were in those queries that weren't adjacent to each other and found substitutions for some of those query terms. And an example that's in the patent is, what is that place that sells good Chicago-style pizza? And the query term that was being replaced that wasn't adjacent to the other terms was place, which was replaced with the word restaurant. Place could stand for other things. It's polysemous. It has multiple meanings. It could stand for ranking in race. You came in first place, second place, third place, so on. It could stand for an establishment, such as a pizzeria. So they're in the query term, they're rewriting the query. They're trying to understand, they're broadening the query and the results that get returned to it, and then finding the right ones after they broaden the query, after they do the rewriting. So in this case, you have terms like Chicago-style pizza, and that means it's likely that place stands for a synonym that involves restaurants as opposed to rankings and race. And that's the point behind Hummingbird. It's doing a better job of synonym replacement. Google started replacing synonyms. There's a patent that dates back to 2003 with Amit Sehgal, who was a former head of search at Google, being one of the authors. And that's when they first started working with synonyms and replacements for terms that might match documents. Because at one point in time, that was the focus of Google, finding search results that matched words that were in queries that people performed. So they were doing a matching, a one-on-one matching between documents and queries. And they've moved away from that. They've said, let's focus more on meaning. You know, when Google introduced the knowledge graph in 2012, they said we're focusing on things, not strings, meaning they're looking at real-world objects as opposed to strings of text, and they're trying to find what entities people are interested in locating and finding more information about. And a phrase that typically occurs in a lot of Google patents is a search involves finding the situational or informational needs of a searcher. So that's part of the purpose and focus of Hummingbird, helping rewrite those queries and find and fulfilling those situational informational needs.